Yes, the story so far. The story so far is largely as it used to be, with some exceptions. Wait, have I... what's the guy's name even? I can't even remember that much. There was this guy, and I've defeated him. So I no longer have to worry about the Northwest, although I have access to plenty, and I do mean plenty of orcs, so presumably I should make use of them, upgrade them, hand them off to Ergon, and then have Ergon take care of this region, roughly speaking. Now then, as far as the southeast is concerned, there is a minor threat. It's Astra. I figured her name would start with an A, but no, it's not Ariel, it's Astra. And I could try to take her on with Phineas. I don't have the strongest army, but then again, neither does she. The situation in the middle is a smidgen more complicated. Here we have Draconia. And I guess my plan was indeed to try to take on the nearby bone dragons, assimilate them into my fold, and then possibly just waltz into enemy territory and dispatch them all. That would of course be the best case scenario, which is not necessarily what I'm gonna get, but there you go. Best I can get over here is nothing because I've run out of gold. There's also something to note. I have no gold left. But that's a relatively good sign, isn't it? That means I've spent a lot recruiting things. And also means I can just end the turn without a care in the world, without having to worry about what I might otherwise do. Here's Castor with a reasonably powerful army, and here's Blackburn with absolutely no defenders whatsoever. Now, I did not build the city up, I did not get additional structures, and at this point I do not particularly feel encouraged to do so. I guess I could hypothetically send Ergon out there, slaying these red heroes. They're red, aren't they? Yes, they're red. I could hypothetically move him out here. What is he even doing? He's roaming about, visiting this place instead. Ah, yes, he's on his way to defeat the druids and so on. Fair enough, there's nothing here. Ah, another watchtower, more orcs. Oh, and even more orcs over here, great. Except they cannot exactly be acquired by him because he's got upgraded orcs. What are you doing? You're collecting orcs. But of course you are. Well then, stay sick, soon enough it'll be the next week. I have plenty of orcs to collect. Could hypothetically pop out the other end, start collecting them from that side, but it's not gonna be easy, is it? Well, it's not going to be that difficult either. No, let's send her that way. Let's send her to... I can't send her through the lifts because the lifts are defended by druids. So many druids for me to take care of. Well, fair enough. I'll take care of them at some point or another. This guy was supposed to deliver reinforcements, wasn't he? Yes. There are no ogres available. Could just send him after Ergon, or I could try to send him through the lifts, but he'll only be able to go through the lifts once Ergon clears the path, so let's just directly send him after Ergon. As far as Phineas is concerned, he's got Astra to worry about. Should he worry about her? Let's worry about the 7 goblins I have left to recruit. Let's take them on board. And what now? Send him against her? How many slots? How many slots? There's several pack lots. So that's between 20 and 49. By those standards, I have lots of rangers. Yes, and lots of wolves. True. He's got a mere pack of peasants and a throng, I say, of dwarves. Dwarves are not to be underestimated. I have a strong enough army to take her on. Let's go. Yes, I also should deliver reinforcements from this particular castle. The few reinforcements are there via Gallivant. But most importantly, what about the bone dragons? Can I actually add them to my fold? Will they attack me? Will they flee? They scatter. This is unacceptable. This is really not helping me. In fact, keeping them there might be significantly smarter than just dispersing them. So they recognize the fact that my army is powerful enough. They don't want to mess with me. But at the same time, they do not wish to join me. How exactly am I supposed to resolve this debacle? I need them. It's another pack. Well, what am I supposed to do? I also have ghosts to attack. Ghosts are fearsome foes, and I would need some sort of a slot available to be able to add them to my army. But then again, I fear that they will either attack me or disperse. They will not join me. Yeah, so let's not even bother. Instead, let's try to retake the castles, because they are sure to fall. And in short order, too, I'm afraid. My goodness, look at the watchtowers. There's so many orcs around. Incredible. Okay, there's Ariel here, there's Castle there. They don't have terribly powerful armies. But of course, they will be powerful enough to take on what little I have over here. The few pixies I can get. Could hypothetically get the archery range as well, to have him fight against elves. He's got a horde of pixies. He'll be able to take them on, I'm afraid. I don't even have a moat over here. Oh, this is pointless. Fine, let's not even bother trying to defend this then. Gallivant can't do much of anything. Let's leave him be as well. That's it. The castle gets attacked and I lose it. There's little I can do about that. First strike against the sprites? Is that the way to go? Let's see. And the spell sealed the deal. Didn't take it into account. So of course I've lost the castle. It's no longer mine. I'm waiting here with Gallivant. Draconia is on her way, though she doesn't have any boots of mobility or anything like that. Does she? Or does she not? She does have the Nomad's boots of mobility. In fact, she does have the endless pouch of gems and so on that she presumably ought to hand off to Gallivant over there. Otherwise, she will not be able to collect artifacts, although there are a few artifacts left to collect, as far as I can tell. This guy's supposed to deliver reinforcements, it's gonna take him a while. She's supposed to collect all the orcs, that's gonna take her a while. Oh, there's Astra over here. Yes, that's about as much as I presumably can do. Is there anything I can possibly build? Anything I want, anything I need, anything I desire, anything I can acquire? I can get the Adobe, I guess. Anything over here? Ah, yes, of course, I was supposed to get a second source of the Dracoliches. Yes, a task I will fail at miserably, mostly because of the lack of lumber. So fair enough, I'll get that next week. But I will get a second source of Dracoliches sometime soon. And from that point on, it shall spiral in my favor, shall it not? Shall see. Plenty of enemy heroes roaming about. As far as Gallivant is concerned, let's have him recruit, what, everything, including the zombies? Let's not include the zombies. For now, of course. Presumably, once I lose the skeletons, I'll start caring about the zombies once more. It is questionable, I'll grant you that much. After all, you do get skeletons, and only skeletons, via necromancy in this installment, so it makes sense to lug them around even though they are tier 1 as opposed to zombies that are tier 2. So, well, here's Lord Alberon with lots of crusaders, and here's Draconia with 7 bone dragons. I say, fall back. Yeah, I say I might have to reload. I say I might be about to lose. Just outright. Irrevocably. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now doesn't really make much of a difference and doesn't really make much sense. I do have the Rod of Lightning, don't I? And I have learned the Lightning Bolt spell recently, haven't I? I sure have! This spell does 300 points of damage. Well then! I still don't feel particularly comfortable going against, you know, Lord Alberon. Especially Especially with all those wonderful artifacts. Look, if Alberon has any artifacts, and I think it's a safe bet he does, I'm going to lose all of them, absolutely every last one of them, the moment the fight ends, if I win with Draconia. So it's a lose-lose situation. Either I lose everything I would have otherwise gained, or I just lose outright. So here's my idea. First of all, let's go over here, get what few reinforcements I can get from Gallivant. I'm going to have to face Alberon anyway. I can only run away for so much, for so long. Careful with getting involved. I know that is indeed at the forefront of my mind. I will fall back with him as soon as possible, but I want to get rid of these economic artifacts. Also the telescope, he doesn't need that. Protection from fire, that seems fairly pointless. The undead don't have morale anyway, do they? Yeah, the morale is normal and it cannot be affected by artifacts. So any artifact that increases morale is pointless. +1 defense, fair enough. I'm keeping the quill. The endless crouch. Yes, the endless crouch of pistol. Come on! It's amazing though that I keep coming out with these spoonerisms and completely not on purpose. It's absolutely bizarre. You'd expect me to do this on purpose, but no. It doesn't happen often, but whenever it does, it's always with words you can actually replace. So the endless pouch of crystal became the endless crouch of pistol. How? I have no idea. It just happens. My mind works in mysterious ways. Presumably I'm the only person who actually finds that particularly amusing. Anyway. Crouch of pistol. Let's head south. I'm going to have to face Alberon anyway, I'm afraid. And let's deal with literally everything else. So we fight the druids. We don't fight the druids because they are in awe. We get access to the crystal mine and let's go through the lifts. Phineas retakes this, goes after Astra. This guy goes towards the portal because that's a significantly faster way of delivering these reinforcements. Let's wait over here with Jezebel. Bit rude, but whatever. Guess that's her name. We need one more unit of lumber. We might as well trade for it and then start getting some additional Dracoliches, as I adore calling them. Or, you know, bone dragons, if you want to be more mundane about it. Less grandiose. But why be less grandiose when you can be more grandiose? There we go. Dracoliches. Or, you know, one Dracolich out there that can be acquired. End the turn, see what happens. I'm just going to lose basically everything unless I push back, so I guess it's time to fight Alberon. I don't think Ariel will be able to just walk into Sheltenberg and take it. I guess it's logical to deal with Ariel first. Losing this castle isn't particularly wise, but my reinforcements might be able to hold her off. And most importantly, I need to find out whether I actually can take Alberon on. Whether I can take Alberon on! He's got 29 Crusaders, and let's not forget that they deal double damage to the living dead, which is exactly what I'm using here. They can't go that far though, and I presumably can blind them sometime down the line. In fact, it might be the best idea at this juncture to just blind them. Well, apparently his troops are immune to the blind spell. That doesn't really bode well. Okay, next best idea. Lightning bolt and the Crusaders. That kills 4 of them outright. Just like that. 4 of them dead from a spell that I can cast once a turn. Alright, it's like a separate creature I have that's slowly chewing away at them. Alright, fair enough. Let's fire at them from a distance. Blah indeed. No retaliation to the vampire folk. So let's take a few more of them down. Blah! 18 left. That's still too many. Far too many. Mummy's got stabbed, but yeah, plenty of them have indeed perished. So what do I do now? Do I charge at the champions? Usually they are the ones to do the charging. Or do I just waltz over here with the skeletons and have them slaughtered by either the Crusaders or the Blessed Master Swordsman? Tough call. I think I'd rather go down here. Ow. Ow. You know, the losses on the Vampire Lords are not that major. Alright, what do I do with my Bone Dragons? Presumably, if I attack these guys, I'm basically toast. There are no good options, are there? That's 110 veteran pikemen. Huh. Yeah, without the ability to make use of the blind spell, I don't think I'm making it out of here alive. That's just too many units. Just a thought. Well, unless my Vampire Lords can actually vampire their way through this, effectively. What can I do? I could slow these units down, I guess. The simplest spells tend to be the most effective. So hypothetically, I could say slow down the veteran pikemen and basically have them out of the fight for a reasonable while. I could, I don't know, bless the Vampire Lords and have them always do 7 points of damage. I can't bless the Vampire Lords, the vampires. They don't exactly take kindly to being blessed. Okay, what's the next best thing? I can possibly cast something like Steel Skin or Bloodlust, so adding defense or attack. But, no, that's not that great. Fireball, no. Can't blind them. Well, I guess slow is the best option I have. Right. Well, next up, let's take care of the Rangers. So I don't have to work. No! My skeletons! It's a skeleton of them dead. Alright, let's try to deal with the Crusaders, if at all possible. By reducing the numbers with Lightning Bolt. You know, you are correct in this, absolutely, and I do deal a ton of damage with Lightning Bolt, but on the other... Was there a point to slowing these guys down? I'll presumably play through this fight again after I lose, which I almost inevitably will. So there's that. But let's see. I still think slowing down the pikemen wasn't the worst of ideas. 14 Crusaders will deal less damage than 18 Crusaders. I mean, it's tough to argue with that logic. There's 6 of them left. I think it's more... I was so convinced... Hold on. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize that I probably will actually win this fight. Yep, and that spell can get countered. Alright, fine. Let's see. There are 2 of these guys left. So what do I even Lightning Bolt? Well, at this juncture, either of those two stacks, I guess. I guess the only way I am actually making it through this is because I have these Vampire Lords that do regen. Everything else is largely melting in this fight. So while I'm not completely dead quite yet, it's mostly down to the vampires. Hilariously enough. Oh, come on, those Rangers are just annoying at this stage. It's just one guy at this point. Well, there goes the... Actually, no, I'll just use the Bone Dragon to slay the final Ranger. The vampires get stabbed, and they retaliate, so they survive. They live to fight another day, I guess. The skeletons just melt, they just go away. Away go the skeletons. Let's attack the stack with a higher level, so the level 4 one rather than the level 3 one. Oh, this is so pathetic. And down go the bone dragons. Do I even bother attacking with the Arc Liches? I mean, that deals collateral damage, doesn't it? So it's not the best of ideas. Ugh, I mean, that's the downside to having them, I guess. Still might be better for me to attack than not to attack. No, they don't deal collateral damage to undead. Ha! Huh. Well, that's good to know. My vampires are, however, melting. Well then. All right. Let's go through this again. It doesn't seem hopeless. Not entirely, at the very least. Yeah, I also think this is winnable. It's basically one well-cast spell away from victory. I could get a couple more, yeah, I just have to tactically play a bit better. My intuition is that if actually slowing down these units isn't the worst idea. If I am to say slow down every single, if I had mass slow, that would be a different story altogether. That would make significantly more sense. Yeah, he's got an artifact that blocks blind. I think something as simple as, say, slowing down the Crusaders. Initially, he will counter with haste. He could, but then he wastes a spell of his. Is it that much of a waste? I mean, he could. He presumably will. Yeah, and he's got enough mana to do that for a while. Yeah, I guess my trump card is Lightning Bolt, so I shouldn't hesitate to use it. I also need to strike decisively with my skeletons while they are at full force. The mummies should go north, but they can't because they're blocked. Let's move them as far north as I can move them for now. Do I waste these bone dragons attacking the silly little paladins? Well, they might. Actually, no. I'm effectively blocking, preventing other units from getting. But I still need the skeletons to get through to be able to attack them. I don't know anymore. Let's do it anyway. At least they counterattack once. They just attack twice. Attack the rangers, will block the cavaliers. Launching the vampires through the left. If I attack the rangers, I essentially bait the cavaliers, I guess. But they decided to go around anyway, to take a stab at my vampire lords, which is highly pointless. And now that I know that I don't deal collateral damage with the shots from the Arc Liches, I think the course of action is fairly straightforward. Lightning bolt over here. Blah, indeed. Ah, my poor skeleton. There we go! And as far as skeletons are concerned, I have 493 of them left. Significantly more than last time. Alright, now we're talking. And I can attack with the mummies over here. Might curse these guys, we shall see. The pikeman stabbed twice. Absolutely obliterating my precious bone dragons. Ugh. That I've been going on about for so long. And I have misplaced the skeletons, or have I? Yeah, whatever. Onwards, brave skeletons. This really doesn't matter. Shooting the vampire lords is meaningless. Okay, 3 of these guys left. Can I take them down with a lightning bolt? Yes, I can. Is it worth it, though? Because these are significantly more threatening targets. How many Master Swordsmen? 109. Ugh. But yeah, I presumably should take down the Rangers at some point. Fine, let's obliterate them from afar with the lightning bolt spell. It's a worthwhile use of it. I don't want to distract other units. Wait, no, what? No, apparently my units do get hit by that blast. I don't understand this anymore. The vampires get lucky, deal double damage. There are only 62 veteran pikemen left. A little slice. And down go all the skeletons. I have 42 vampire lords left, I guess. Damn it! Yeah, this doesn't bode well, does it? I can fly around, obviously, but that doesn't really help that much. I can run, but I can't hide. Down they go. Well, I'm not going against those guys. Not manually with the vampire lords. Oh, this is rather silly. That almost worked. Yes, but of course the entire situation is incredibly volatile. One wrong move and I'm out. One correct move and I just might be able to accomplish something. If only I could blind these guys. But alas, alas. Well, I'll move the skeletons properly this time, I guess. Can't bless them. Is lightning bolt the best option I have at my disposal, is it? It very well might be. Kill the rangers first. Do you really think they... You know what? I'll kill them with the liches. It's the best target I have for them anyway. It's not like the liches are going to accomplish much more. Okay, there's no retaliation on this first silly attack against the vampire lords, so let's use them here. Wait, I know what's wrong. The skeletons need to... I need to reposition the skeletons. Check this out. If the skeletons were in range of these guys on the very first turn... It just allows her to leave. This is incredible. Okay, hold on. I need to rearrange my army. I need to have the skeletons someplace else. Otherwise, every single time I'm frustrated by them being so far away. However, if I were to place them down here, the situation would be completely different. Is that... Oh my goodness, I didn't expect, you know, trouble at home to be a factor over here, but I guess. Alright. Now then, this might just work. So my mummies are not blocked by the bone dragons, and my skeletons are not blocked by, you know, being on the first slot. Okay, check this out. We take care of the rangers. We use the lightning bolt on these guys. Wait, that's using the lightning bolt? Oh, no. I've rearranged my army so the crusaders go down here. Yeah, whatever. Still the right move. Are they in range of the skeletons? Are they? They might not be. They're just out of reach. Of course they are. Why would they be in range? That's just not smart. Oh. Of course they do the smart thing. Actually, haven't we had a discussion on whether she was or was not his wife? I do seem to distinctly recall that it either might have been stated that she's not, or it might have been a discussion on a completely different person. Whatever. I guess the next step, logically, is to attack the Crusaders. As much or as little sense as that makes. They retaliate and half of my bone dragons perish. I assume they were... Well, no, she claims to be the queen. That's the thing, she has usurped the throne. So, no, not necessarily. It's not necessarily the way you put it and the way you assume it is. It is a possibility, though. But I don't think that's the case. Oh, my vampires just get slaughtered here. They do need that extra damage to replenish the ranks. Oh boy. Now, I retain all my skeletons, but can't do anything with them, since everything's out of range. Oh. And of course they get attacked at the first opportunity. Ugh. This is so bad. Still have a handful of them, I guess. That'll be it. That'll go all the skeletons. And we are left with this situation. Again. Ugh. It's worse than last time. Ah, brilliant, wonderful. Now what do I do? I think I might have to cast haste on the skeletons. Alright, check this out. We put the skeletons up top so that the Crusaders try to get at them hopelessly. Now I can cast haste on the skeletons, but I'll give the entire thing away, so I don't do that. I instead attack the Rangers. As you can see, the Crusaders try to come here. I cast haste on the skeletons. It's not their turn yet. They should be able to... I hope they're able to reach this. I attack the Crusaders, and the skeletons can reach the Crusaders. Check this out. Slash! They suffer the damage from the counterattack, granted, but there are only 13 Crusaders left. Which is unlucky for them. We attack what remains of them. Of course, the Bone Dragons will soon enough perish to the Crusaders. I mean, what can I do? "76 Vampire Lords, not that many. I can slay almost all of these guys with the skeletons. I'll go for 10 to 15 of the Master Swordsmen instead. Yeesh. I guess slowing down the veteran pikemen might not be the worst of ideas. Alright, now keep on casting something like Steel Skin on the vampires. Ugh. Every single decision here is so significant. Actually, I still have the champions to deal with, so there's that. My poor Dracoliches. Fine, let's try to deal with the Crusaders. Not the Crusaders, whatever, the champions. Meanwhile, the mummies can seal the deal with that. No, they can't. They can't. They can try, but they'll fail. Dracoliches against the champions, no dice. A spell takes care of them. "21 hit points. Come on, it's not even worth it to cast the Firebolt. Well, what am I talking about? The Lightning Bolt. I've considered the Fireball. The Fireball, however, could have made sense. Yeah, whatever. This will take 2 of the champions down. Really feels like trying to square the circle. I don't think that's gonna work. $67 left. They get lucky, so they deal double damage. 82 of these guys left. And I have 83 Vampire Lords. Things are looking up, I guess. How did... I mean, they are, but why? Because the vampires got lucky once? Oh boy, how many left? 64. That's not that many, unfortunately. It might be a bit of an issue. Collateral damage to Vampire Lords. Is it worth it? Presumably not. Well, let's hide in a corner then. 82 and 84. Fine, let's back off. Just use the mummies, I guess. So we have 83 of these guys, 75 of those. Let's keep on blasting them with lightning bolts and the attacks from the liches. They got coast, that's good. That's relatively good, I guess. $59. Collateral. It's still worth it because I'm dealing damage to 2 targets and affecting 1. 48. $19 left. 38. Wait, how many of these guys? 49, okay. They get lucky, so they deal double damage. 36 Vampire Lords. Yeah, I think I'm winning this. Because of the Vampire Lords, obviously. Don't you dare try to run away. Four versus 7. All 7 perish. Damn it! I mean, of course he ran away, but then again, did I even have a choice of dispatching him before that? Well, the good news is I've managed to dispatch the king. He'll have to be re-recruited with all of his artifacts, but none of his army. Okay, let's get logistics on expert. Yes, and then get slaughtered by Ariel over there. Actually, can I take her on with what I have? All I ultimately know is that it can be done. It can apparently be done. Let's recruit everything I can here. Can't afford a hero, not enough gold. That ought to do though, right? I should be able to defend with this against the forces of Ariel over here. I don't know. Can I actually fight Astra? This also has been a long time coming. Let's see how I manage. Yeah, that's a paltry falls. I can absolutely take that on. Even though Phineas doesn't know any spells. He doesn't need to. 111 dwarves, though. So it's not an absolute cakewalk, but I'll manage. Oh no, the wolves have been blinded. How unfortunate. Block these guys and attack the dwarves. Just keeps on blinding my troops. Come on now. Pretty much everything is blind now. Okay, it's just that... well, they'll have to attack my troops if they want to progress. So at least one thing at a time is going to be able to attack. It's going to be one thing at a time, though. Damn it. Sorceresses and those sorceress ways. Oh, blind has stopped working. Never mind, it can be recast. Of course it can. Oh dear. You know... I felt so confident. Oh no, the unupgraded orcs have the same movement speed as the dwarves. Can't believe this. I can't! I can't actually take her on. Oh, because she's got the blind spell at her disposal, and she's got the dwarves. Well, what if I focus on the throng of dwarves first? Will it work then? Will it? Let's see. No, because the ranged units are gonna slaughter me. It's gonna be basically the same fight, isn't it? Yeah, I presumably should focus on the ranged units if I know what's good for me. Yep, it's basically the same fight. Take out the ranged units first. Onwards to glory and focus on the I mean, obviously, yeah, focus on the dwarves. She may blind things, but she can't blind everything at once. Did I just play that wrong? I think I played it wrong. Especially now that I know that ultimately she's got blind. So she can keep blinding one thing at a time, but it'll take a while. Yeah, it can absolutely be done. What was I even thinking? You just gotta take initiative. Yeesh! I was so convinced it was impossible to get done. Then again, it might very well be AI's fault. Whatever, she flees. This is brilliant. Pathfinding or ballistics, let's go with pathfinding an expert. This is rough terrain. We can now retake the old mine. Visit the water wheel. This area has been secured. There are 3 magic gardens we will need to visit soon enough. It's all extremely promising. Yes, we have to go through the lifts as well. Might as well visit this lean-to. Nothing of value. We'll go through there. Fight the final bit of druids. Bit of druids. Yeah, fight the druids over there. What else? Yes, deal with the Orc tribes. Unite all the Orc tribes from all the watchtowers out there. Deliver reinforcements. The usual. We have reinforcements here, don't we? Yes, we do. And we have very little gold to recruit them with. It is, on the other hand, possibly a good sign, because that also means that we have plenty of units to recruit. Indubitably. Here's Fandax with an army chasing after Draconia. Ariel has decided against an attack on Schultenberg. She has decided wisely. I did indeed manage to win, if barely. But of course the king has fled with a single unit, and I believe he got re-recruited. So yes, it can be done. Mostly because of the vampiric might. So many units that I have left to recruit. Well, yeah, and mostly because, unfortunately, here's Lord Alberon with a much more modest army. Unfortunately, I can't really incorporate these units into my fold, or rather shouldn't, because I don't have the upgrades. Still hasn't been recruited. Now, you say that, but there he is. He's just not the most powerful hero. He doesn't appear in the Thieves Guild, that is correct. Which means he's not the most powerful hero. The most powerful hero for purple is Elgon, is Elgon over here. With 8 points of attack, 3 points of defense, 2 points of power, and 2 points of knowledge. How that has happened, I can't quite say. But it is indeed the case. Sorry, I'm purple. What am I talking about? So that's either blue or red. Wait, what? Okay, that's blue, for the record. So the most powerful hero for blue is... What? So he... it must be in terms of the army or something. I presume he's got better stats than this guy, whatever his name was, the orc guy. Which means, as long as I'm interpreting this correctly, that the hero with the most powerful army for blue is out there roaming about with 2 points of attack and 2 points of defense. Huh, fancy that. Right, I do have a really paltry falls. Can't speak today. I can go chasing after Ariel, I guess. What are the alternatives? Sending Elgon over here? Did I say Elgon before? I didn't mean Elgon, I meant some other guy, presumably starting with an E. The more you build, the more reliable the information. No. You get more information the more you build. It's not a matter of reliability. That should be there no matter what. So this is rather puzzling. I'm willing to trust this bit of information, and that means that Lord Alberon, for some reason, isn't the most powerful hero for blue. I have no idea why, but I guess that's the case. Well, either way, Draconia over here is trapped. Did I actually manage to deliver reinforcements to it already? Yes. Unfortunately, I've already recruited all the units that I had. And that's her with the reinforcements. As paltry of a force that is. My biggest problem, of course, is that I don't have the upgrades for the dwellings. And there's precious little I can do about that. What am I supposed to do? Add 6 more mummies? Add the unupgraded liches? This won't really change that much. fine. I might as well chase after Ariel. Should be able to take her on because of the stats on my hero and Draconia on one hand, and on the other hand, of course, because of the remnants of the army that I still do have at my disposal. Alright, here are the reinforcements on Crag Hack that I was supposed to deliver to Ergon. It's quite a few units. Right, Crag Hack can indeed go back. Ergon, yeah, he should move out of the way, but unfortunately that's not particularly convenient for him. Ugh. I will go through here. Is this a closed area? Ugh. So annoying. I think I'll have to leave through here, through this valley. Ergon's army is the biggest. Yeah, so it depends on the army. So the biggest threat is marked over there. And the biggest threat, the biggest army is not on the most powerful hero for blue. So that certainly is going to help me. Right, as far as Jezebel is concerned, I do need to send her to all the watchtowers to... Yes, and for that I need to be able to go across through here, through the portal. We've been over this. Sending Galavan over here to eventually pick up the reinforcements. Phineas should get this. Get the sawmill. Visit the water wheel and so on. Anything I can get, presumably not, because I don't have enough lumber. Never mind, let's just end the turn. Look at the king just swing around. Oh, what is that? What do we have here? That's Vesper. He's gone through the stone lifts. And he's loose. He doesn't have the most powerful forces, but he's got an army that's a big enough nuisance to worry me. Oh, well, great. Okay, here's Ariel. First order of business is to try to take her on. Presumably I can, because of the stats and what remains of my army, but my goodness, is this annoying. Oh, and because of Lightning Bolt, of course. Oh, that's so many Vampire Lords dead. 6 have perished. Permanently. Lost. Just obliterated. Okay, here's Thundax, the most powerful hero in the universe. Can I actually take him on? I don't think I can take him on necessarily. Well, he's got the biggest army. I could hide in the castle, but what if he doesn't decide to attack? Let's check if I can take him on. Do the Phoenixes go first? They very well might. They do. And they move back to defend. I can't attack them with the lightning bolt, which is quite unfortunate. Well, let's see what the vampires can do. They're basically the only powerful unit I have left. They should be able to tackle basically anything and everything. Well, and if they can't, tough luck, because I need them to. Lightning bolt. I'm not gonna lightning bolt the dwarves, because you know what happens. They could resist the spell. That would be in no casualties, thank goodness. And we get 30 skeletons. Yes, we're busy licking our wounds here. I could hypothetically take what remains of the army over here, move it over to my capital, and then upgrade it. What, am I supposed to use Galavan to do that? It's day 5 though, it presumably makes sense to wait. Yes, and I may as well explore the tiniest of bits. It's not like I'm gonna go out to Then again, there's Vesper over here. Damn it. Whom I have to handle, because otherwise he's just gonna take over my capital, and I can't allow that to happen. Ugh. I'm thwarted at every turn. Okay, what do I want to do with this guy? Ah, yes, I wanted to march out onto the field and actually start defending. Brilliant plan, let's do that. Now Jezebel should go through the lifts and should visit all the watchtowers, acquiring all the orcs she possibly can. This guy needs to Yes, speaking of those precious reinforcements of mine, they can indeed be acquired right here, right now. Oh dear. Ah yes, and I'm not even making use of the ogres. Ugh. Never mind, never mind. Shouldn't have recruited them. That was a mistake. I'll live though. I'll recruit what's left and deliver these reinforcements to Elgan next turn. Let's visit the magic gardens over here. This guy can't move. Gallivant is over here waiting. That's about it. Come on now, Vesper. Be reasonable. He just took my all mine. Like it was nothing. Like it was his to take. Let's take this army on board. Oh, he doesn't even have a spell. Fine, Gallivant, learn these spells, please. Well, if we are to visit... Hold on, what level of wisdom does Draconia even have? Advanced? Well, in that case, I guess we can go for the 4th level of the Mage Guild. Wait a minute, don't we need some structures elsewhere? Yes, we need the upgrades elsewhere. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? So let's get the upgrade to the Mausoleum first. And upgrade these liches. Oh, great, I can't afford that. I can't actually afford that. This is rather silly. Now, thankfully, the Mage Guild is relatively cheap, so I can still get it despite everything. There's the View All spell and the Berserker spell. You know, now that I think about it, the Berserker spell is going to do quite a number on my enemies, is it not? It's one of those spells that really mess with you if you have a powerful army. So yeah, I'm absolutely going to equip that, and it might be more useful than the Lightning Bolt spell. Now, Elgan over here is supposed to receive the army first, so yes, cool your horses and hold your jets, as I like to say. In flagrant disregard for making any sense. Can't equip all the... Equip? Whatever. Recruit all the goblins. Who cares? Let's deliver everything else, keep a single token goblin, and move on. Move on. Well, I should presumably head back, then get reinforcements for the other castle, yada yada yada, you know the drill. I'm moving Elgan out, marching him out, exploring all of this, possibly slaying whatever there is to be slain, whereas Phineas visits all the magical gardens. Standard operating procedure. Will Vesper choose to attack Gallivant? No, he will just go around in the most awkward way imaginable. You're not getting away with this. Who do you think you are? Okay, can any reinforcements actually be delivered? 48 mutant zombies, I guess? Well, you know, at this juncture, 48 mutant zombies sounds like a pretty sweet deal. I'll have some of those, please. 48 mutant zombies. Here we go. Alright. Let's lightning bolt the druids. Yes, and finish off. Well, okay, fine. Because I flee immediately. So I sustain losses with basically no gains. Gallivant can flag this. Gallivant can do anything. Yes, but I have a sweet spell to get over there. So I presumably should at least countenance such an offer. Right, let's get the upgraded pyramid. To get better mummies. I know my resources are limited, but I can still upgrade the mummies, can I not? I can get the Adobe over here. Wonderful. To get better units for Phineas sometime down the line. We're still moving out with Elgan. Phineas is still visiting the little magical gardens. You know, the usual busy work. This guy is still heading back here to receive reinforcements. It's not like he's gonna use them himself, but whatever. Do I want unupgraded ogres? Do I want to lug them around? Because they're really annoying. Then again, they're really powerful. Yeah, once you upgrade them. Fine, let's go over here, get some more reinforcements that will eventually be delivered to Elgan. What about her? Well, she is visiting the watchtowers. She's collecting unupgraded orcs that then will get upgraded eventually, someday, and delivered to Elgan, possibly. far down the pipeline. Oh, look, it's a bright new week. Gallivant was supposed to reflect. Come on, Vestin. It's not like this all mine really matters that much, but... Oh, and if I attack these bone dragons right now, presumably that's going to end particularly poorly for me. Also, where does this lead exactly? Deep behind enemy lines, because I possibly can't take that on. What am I even supposed to do with Draconia at this juncture? She doesn't have much of anything. I guess I could hypothetically retrieve what few reinforcements I can still retrieve, and I could endeavor to... I think I can retake the sorceress's castles. Although at this point, Castor's army is menacing. Look at this. A throng of pixies can actually do a number on what I've got. A throng of pixies. Fancy that. It's not quite zounds, so that's not more than 500, but I believe a throng is just below that. So a throng is going to be between 200 and 499, I believe. That's a lot of pixies. That's more pixies than I have skeletons. And they do not allow you a counterattack. Quite frankly, at this point, I presumably should switch to our good old buddy and pal Elgon over here, who's got a mighty force of barbarian units. That is, of course, under the assumption that he eventually makes his way out of this snowy little, well, desert, I guess. It's a desolate place with well, I don't know. It might be frozen tundra. One thing that is so, oh so beloved and master of magic. Frozen tundra. Let's get the upgrade stick cut over here. Should I even bother? Should I? Is there a point? Upgrade the mansion over here? What do I need? Crystals! Do I even have a crystal mine? Possibly not. Am I still worried about lumber? Am I? Bridge. Can't get the bridge at Marsh Home. That's southeast. Fine, get better orcs. This upgrade to orcs is really impactful, is it? I don't know. I assume it is. Can't even get the remainder of the units. Yes, mostly because I've spent... Actually, I can get the remainder, I just can't get all the Cyclopses. Great, now I'm out of gold. Couldn't get the Cyclopses because I've spent the crystals and I needed more. But then again, that is a sizable force, isn't it? That's 6 and I have 2 more to recruit. That would benefit Elgon greatly. He's got a mere 28. Yeah, but how exactly am I supposed to catch up with him? He's a force of nature. I'm not going to be able to catch up. Well, either way, that's the current situation. Elgon over here is whom I need to send out there. He has to possibly tackle threats. Maybe not necessarily lots of red dragons because that's a bit too much. But possibly he's the guy to try and take care of red over here. To take over the sorceress's castles. I don't know, wipe out a hero or two, something like that. He's the one who can possibly face Castor and come out victorious. Because at this juncture, at this particular point in time, I don't think Draconia has it in her. Granted, she does have that wonderful lightning bolt spell, which will decimate them. And she does still have a token army to lug around, including some vampire lords, which are pretty powerful and I can get them from 3 sources. But other than that, she has been severely crippled, but not before defeating the alleged rightful king. I also have this place that I can hypothetically fall back on and try to derive some utility from, although Phineas's army is largely mixed. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and you will see me elsewhere.